Some trees have stood on Earth for thousands of years, surviving wildfires, storms, and the collapse of entire civilizations. One tree is so massive, it feels more like a mountain. Another can create an entire forest from a single trunk. And some ancient giants still continue growing today. These are the 15 most ancient and giant trees on Earth. Welcome to NatureOrbis. Standing before General Grant, you feel like you're looking at an ancient creature rather than a tree. It has existed for over 1,600 years, stands nearly 82 meters tall, and weighs approximately 700 tons. Its massive trunk is so wide that a two-story house could fit inside. Even its branches are as large as mature trees in the surrounding forest, reaching out like giant arms towards the sky. But most astonishingly, General Grant has survived over 100 wildfires. Its nearly 1 meter thick bark acts as a natural shield against the flames. Standing beneath its canopy, slowly fading into the light, you feel as if nature has created a living monument for time. The tree of Tulle makes any familiar sense of size almost disappear completely. Its enormous trunk is so wide that from a distance it looks more like an ancient cliff than a living tree. The swirling patterns and dense layers of wood stretching across its surface make the trunk resemble the terrain of an alien planet. Strangely, it's not very tall, yet its presence overwhelms everything around it. The tree is believed to have existed for thousands of years, silently standing there as many civilizations have risen and fallen. Local people have even claimed to see strange faces and shapes hidden within the ancient wood. It's as if time has turned to wood and stands still in this place. It looks like a tree planted upside down in the arid lands of Africa. Its enormous trunk can hold thousands of liters of water, helping the tree survive long, drought-stricken seasons. Some baobabs have existed for over 2,000 years, much older than many ancient cities around the world. Their short, thick branches reach towards the sky, like giant roots growing upside down from the ground, giving it an almost surreal appearance. The baobab isn't impressive for its height. It's the sense of resilience it conveys, as if this tree has silently witnessed the passage of time. Stepping beneath this tree's canopy is like wandering into a giant living labyrinth. From the branches above, hundreds of long roots gradually descend to the ground. Upon reaching the ground, they continue to grow into new trunks, causing the banyan to expand endlessly, like a forest regenerating from its own body. A mature banyan tree can cover an area as large as a small grove. The columnar trunks intertwine to form natural pathways, while the dense foliage above almost completely blocks out light. Strangely, the banyan doesn't strive for great heights. It grows by spreading in all directions, silently transforming itself into a vast living ecosystem. Instead of reaching straight up to the sky like many other ancient trees, the angel oak spreads out in all directions, as if wanting to take over the entire surrounding space. Its enormous branches intertwine to form a living labyrinth, casting shade across the ground. Some branches are so heavy that they require supports to keep them from touching the ground. Although not very tall, this tree, over 1,500 years old, still creates an overwhelming feeling when standing beneath it. Light filtering through the gaps in its canopy makes the entire space look like the dome of a giant natural cathedral. And the deeper you venture beneath those branches, the more you feel as if you've left the modern world behind. Hidden deep within California's vast forests lies the largest tree on Earth by volume. Known as General Sherman, this colossal sequoia tree stands over 275 feet, approximately 125 meters tall, and is estimated to weigh over 2 million pounds, approximately 90 kilograms. Some scientists believe it is over 2,200 years old, meaning it was ancient enough to have existed since the beginning of many civilizations. Its bark can be nearly 3 feet, approximately 90 centimeters thick, helping it survive wildfires, harsh winters, and centuries of storms. Standing beneath General Sherman, the feeling is almost indescribable, as if nature itself were built on a scale far beyond human imagination. In a place where barren land and cold winds could kill most life, a tree has survived for nearly 5,000 years. Methuselah is only about 15 meters tall, not massive or striking in the forest, but its twisted silvery trunk gives the feeling of something that has existed since ancient times. Strong winds, frost, and drought have constantly eroded its wood for millennia. It is the extremely dense wood and its incredibly slow growth rate that have helped it survive in a place where life is almost impossible. Looking at the distorted cracks in its trunk, you get the feeling that nature has preserved its entire history within this ancient wood. A tunnel large enough for a car to drive through lies right inside the trunk of a living tree. The chandelier tree is a giant redwood with a trunk so wide that people once carved a path through the middle. Amazingly, the tree continued to grow for decades afterward. Standing over 90 meters tall, the enormous red trunk reaches straight up into the sky like a pillar of an ancient forest. Standing next to it, the car below almost disappears completely. Light filtering through the dark tunnel inside the trunk gives the feeling of stepping through the entrance to a colossal natural structure, not just an ordinary tree. When this tree began to grow, many civilizations in human history did not yet exist. Alerce millenario is believed to be over 5,000 years old, making it one of the oldest known trees on Earth. Its massive, dark red trunk with thick bark makes it look more like an ancient stone pillar than a living plant. Its growth rings are so thin that scientists have to use mathematical models to estimate the tree's true age. Over the millennia, it has survived wildfires, frosts, and climate change. And most strangely, it continues to grow slowly to this day. There are places where nature doesn't destroy history, but slowly devours it. The enormous roots of the kapok tree crawl along the ancient stone walls, wrapping around temples like hardened waves in the rainforest. Over time, they form layers of roots as tall as a person, tightly embracing the entire structure beneath. Kapok trees can grow to over 70 meters tall and develop at an incredible rate when young. But what surprises researchers is that their root system doesn't completely destroy the temple. Instead, it distributes the weight and keeps many parts of the architecture standing for hundreds of years. It's as if nature and history are silently merging right in the middle of that ancient forest. The giant sequoia is one of the largest living organisms on Earth. Some of these colossal trees can grow over 300 feet tall and weigh more than 6,000 tons. Found in California's Sierra Nevada mountains, they can live for more than 3,000 years, surviving lightning strikes, wildfires, and brutal winters. Their bark can grow nearly 3 feet thick, helping protect them from fire. Standing beneath one feels almost unreal, as if nature itself was built on a much larger scale. The most famous giant sequoia, known as General Sherman, is considered the largest tree by volume ever discovered, a silent giant towering over Earth for thousands of years. At first glance, this tree gives the impression of a warning sign in the rainforest. The trunk of the sandbox tree is covered in large conical spikes, making its bark look more like the surface of an ancient weapon than living vegetation. It can grow to over 60 meters tall, rising like a thorny fortress in the forest. But its true defense system lies in the fruits at the top. When dry, they explode with immense force, propelling seeds far and wide at incredible speeds, like a biocatchicle. Even the white sap inside the trunk contains dangerous toxins. Every detail of this tree seems to have been created for a single purpose: self-preservation. At first glance, the jabuticaba tree looks completely impossible. Instead of growing fruit on its branches like most trees, this strange species produces dark purple fruits directly from its trunk. Native to Brazil, the tree can become completely covered in grape-like fruit, making it look almost artificial. Some jabuticaba trees can live for over 100 years and grow up to 40 feet tall. The fruit is sweet and highly valued in South America, often used to make juice, wine, and desserts. But visually, the tree is what truly fascinates people, as if the trunk itself had suddenly come alive. Its sharp branches make the entire tree look like a fossil left over from the dinosaur era. The monkey puzzle tree possesses a tough, armor-like layer of triangular leaves covering its trunk and strangely symmetrically arranged branches. This unusual shape has led many scientists to consider it a living fossil from the Jurassic forests. This species can live for over 1,000 years and grow to nearly 40 meters tall. Its giant cones only open after many years, while the seeds inside were once used as food by the indigenous people. Most astonishingly, it possesses remarkable resilience. It can withstand severe storms, freezing temperatures, and even volcanic ash. The enormous, round fruits hanging from this tree trunk make it look more like an arsenal than a plant. The cannonball tree produces heavy fruits, almost the size of a human head, that grow directly from the trunk and fall with enough force to crack the ground when ripe. This shape earned it its name after ancient cannonballs. Strangely, amidst this heavy exterior, the tree produces incredibly intricate flowers with a hand-painted blend of pink, red, and yellow. Their fragrance is so strong it can permeate the entire rainforest. When dozens of these cannonballs hang densely from the trunk, the entire scene is both visually stunning and strangely dangerous. Long before modern cities existed, many of these colossal ancient trees stood here. Through fires, storms, and thousands of years of transformation, they have continued to exist in silence, becoming living monuments to the history of our planet. And somewhere deep within the Earth's oldest forests, there are still ancient trees waiting to be discovered. Subscribe to the NatureOrbis channel to discover more hidden wonders of our world.